Hi everybody, just offering some tips on today's quiz just so that everybody has a starting point on how to get started. So for this question right here, it says use the function for the question below. F of x equals the square root of 4x plus 1 at x equals 0 and x equals 6. And what it wants you to do is to find the slope of the secant line that intersects the graph of the function shown above. So the slope of the secant line, remember y'all, if we want to find the slope, we want the two coordinates, right? The change in y and the change of x. So what I'm going to do in order to help with this specific question is I'm going to go to my paper and write it down. Let me just move this out the way. Sorry if it's blurry, that's the best we can do right now, everybody. Just trying to focus this. So the question was, or the function was, f of x equals, oh goodness, and I forgot already, 4 square root of 4x plus 1. Okay. And what were the 2 points? X equals 0, and then x equals 6. Okay, cool. So I have these 2 points, these 2 x coordinates, and from that, I'm going to create my 2 coordinates. Remember what we do to create my 2 coordinates is we take our input, plug it in to get our output. Let's do it for the first one. So when x equals 0, what is y? 4 times 0 is 0. Then we just get the square root of 0 plus 1. Well, 0 plus 1 is just 1, and then what we just have basically right now is the square root of 1. The square root of 1, well, 1 times 1 is 1, it's just 1. Okay, great, we have our first point. Now to get our second one, we have to plug in 6, and then I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a nice number, a nice square root. I don't want to deal with decimals. Okay, so 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1. Yes, it's a nice number. By the way, we're plugging in 6. Okay, we got 24. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 1 is 25. And then what we got to do is take the square root of 25, and that's 5. Yay, we got some nice numbers here. The next thing, if you remember, label your points. And then from there, use your slope formula, and that's going to tell you the slope of the secant line, aka average rate of change. So I'm kind of creating this video because I noticed that in the videos, they didn't really kind of get you started on that. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up for you, and what I want to do is have you finish this. Just please make sure you understand how I got my 2 points, what formula I'm using, why. And don't forget your key formula here. This is what I just used. Change in y over change in x. That's why I labeled my points, and then I just went ahead and substituted. Okay, now that's how you do that one, right? Let me go ahead and get you started on the next question, which is this one. So it says use the function for the following question, and I also added in the note right here. It says note over the interval means. See how it says like this weird bracket notation? That basically means the same thing as saying between x equals 1 and x equals 5. Now that's just the way they write it in textbooks and things like that. It's just interval notation, something to get used to. But this is going to be the same idea. So let me go ahead and start copying this down on my piece of paper to get you started on this problem, because I definitely am interested in supporting you all succeeding in these problems. I don't want to like just let you all, you know, I don't know the exact saying for it. Try to go up a creek without a paddle, I think is what it's called, but whatever. Anyways, here's my new problem. So remember, this notation just means this, so we could just do that. All right, same idea. You got to create your 2 coordinate points in order to use your slope formula. So again, you want to make sure you plug in, but look at this problem, y'all. This one, you have 2 x's you need to plug in, so be careful. So for this first one, when I plug in 1, I'm going to get, and then you're going to get 1 squared plus 5 times 1. 1 squared is just 1, because 1 times 1 is 1, plus, and then 5 times 1 is 5. So 1 plus 5, I get 6. Okay, Now for the second one, for x equals 5, I'm going to just do an arrow this way. When you plug in 5 into both of these x's, you're going to get 5 squared plus 5 times 5. 5 squared is 25. And by the way, this is since I plugged in 5, and then I'm going to get my output right now. So 5 squared is 25 plus 25. Okay, that's 50. There you go. Make sure you label your points. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you're going to plug into the handy dandy slope formula, because remember, that is the slope of the secant line. That is the average rate of change. So that's just some tips on how to get started with this problem. Yeah, please use this video. It's going to be super helpful.